Hi, Julie Powell here, and welcome to a first look at the new beta version of Luminar AI. One of my colleagues, Ken, did a fantastic job of having a bit of a walkthrough in landscape. So I thought I would maybe have a little bit of an informal walkthrough in portraits. So I uploaded a folder, which is pretty easy. You just click on the plus and everything's there in your catalogue. Then you've got a choice of going to the new templates, which they've got in AI. And don't forget, this is a beta version, so this is not necessarily the final look of it, although I think it's all pretty straightforward from here. So there is, if you come up to essentials, there is analog that you can use, and there is also, if I can click up to the top here, so there's analog templates that you can use, which give you some old school camera, analog camera looks that you can use. So you can sort of have a bit of a play around in those, and I think Ken had a bit of a play around with that, so I'm not going to play around in it too much at the moment. Then there is quick portrait solutions here, which there's a couple of little looks that they've put on. So I'm just going to have a little look at a couple of these. It's a little oversaturated, but that's easy to fix because we can go in and we can edit from here too. So that's midday. Focus is a little too crunchy for my liking. Iconic, well, that's quite lovely. A very sort of, not quite film noir, but just nice black and white. It could do with a bit of an exposure boost. But we can play around with that. Brush up, which is probably maybe a little, it's not bad, but possibly a little, oh, this is definitely a little too soft for me, but I didn't mind that iconic. Now, if you come back here, and you can mark all your favorites too, but if you come back here under essentials, there is more that you can get. So there is your landscapes and wildlife and portrait. There's some cinematic ones, etc. But what we're going to have a look at here is this in the portrait section. So you've got experimental, which could be interesting, easy portraits, essence, and black and white. So let's go and have a look in here. So you've got feathered light. Oh, now that's really cool. I like that one. Woohoo, already one straight off the bat into favorites. And then you've got color ramp. Doesn't grab me. Glow, that could be cool in the right photo, but not necessarily in that one. Let's try something else that might work. Maybe. Anyway, we'll have a look at some of the others. So you've got cold frame. It's a little bit slow at the moment. Yeah, that could be something interesting. I'm not sold on the saturation, but again, we can come and re-edit. In the right circumstances, I think that some of these could be quite interesting. So let's just jump back and we'll have a look at maybe some of the easy portraits. It's low key. Vignette, which is quite nice. High key, which is quite lovely. Tack sharp, I'm assuming it's probably going to be really super crunchy. Let's jump over and have a little look at some of the black and whites. So you can sort of get a bit of a a look at it, and then we'll go over to the edit and have a look at that. A bit too much grain for me, film grain. See, that's lovely. So, okay, I'm going to stick with the elegant matte, and what we're going to do is I'm going to jump over to the edit panel, and we can go over to essentials and have a look. So with if I jump into enhance AI, I can click on the accent and we can boost it up a little bit. If I click on the black and white, I can actually come in here and I can play with the luminance and brighten a few things up that way. There's no green in there anyway. So blue, which is predominantly in that background. So the red and the yellow is predominantly in her skin tone. So that's brightened it up quite a bit. Now there's a denoise which I could use, although there's very little noise in this image. I think it's more of a case of if anything's been put over in the template. And of course you can jump over still into the face, and you've got face AI, skin AI, body AI, high key. So let's have, I can put a little bit more light on the face. I could slim the face if I want to. More click tabs to open, so you can, you can brighten the eyes up from here. You can whiten them off a little bit if you need to. There's the eye enhancer. So you can really sort of do just about everything you need in here. So you can remove dark circles, although they're not too bad, and improve the eyebrows. You've got things that you can do to the lips. I don't have any teeth here. Then we've got the skin AI, which you can use to soften off the skin. You can, same with in Luminar 4, if you click that defects, sometimes it gives you unexpected results, because things that Luminar thinks are a skin defect aren't always, but usually it's pretty good. So if you've got any open pores or acne or anything like that, it can help get rid of it. And if you've got a little bit of a shine, I've got a bit of a shine on her nose, I can pull that back too. It's doing a little bit, but not a huge amount. Then we can play with the body, because she's sort of hunched over here. I'm figuring it's probably not going to work terribly well. And then we've got high key, so I can put even more high key into this image. And I can drop the blacks if I want it to have a little less contrast. Then you have more advanced settings again. Every time you touch something, there's more to play with. So if I wanted to give a little bit of a glow, I could. You can boost the contrast a little bit, although that tends to be, if you've brought your blacks up, you probably don't want to bring your contrast up as well, so it's sort of self-defeating. But yeah, so, and then it's just a matter of exporting it. Now, I'm pretty sure if you want to save that, you should be able to save that as a setting. Otherwise, you can just simply export it. Save to disk, save to mail, etc, etc. So I'm just going to pop back into here because I do want to just give it a crop. I'm sure there'll be a crop in here somewhere. Clone stamp, professional. That's all dodge. You can dodge and burn if you wish to. I'm sure it's in here, I just can't see it. Composition, right back at essentials. Of course it is. So you can adjust your perspective, you can flip it, etc. from here too. So, okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to export that out, and yeah, I will continue having a play in Luminar AI, and maybe have a little look at some macro and some other things as well. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.